Welcome to this Bentley and Aston Paws explainer. If you're a dog owner, you probably know the struggle of chronic skin itching, stubborn yeast infections, and the never-ending battle with pests. A lot of times, it feels like our only options are expensive medications or really harsh chemical topicals. But today, we're going to show you how accessible, everyday kitchen ingredients can actually fix your dog's chronic itching and pest problems right at the root, from the inside out. Before we dive into the details, please make sure to hit that like button, share this with a fellow dog lover, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you evidence-based holistic canine health education. Let's get into it. Now, we know this scenario all too well. It's 3 a.m., the house is completely quiet, and then thump, thump, thump. Honestly, it's just exhausting, and it is totally heartbreaking to hear your dog so uncomfortable in their own skin. Plus, it's incredibly frustrating to spend hundreds of dollars on toxic chemical drops or temporary steroid shots that really only mask the problem. But here's the good news. You do not need those harsh, expensive pesticides to get your dog permanent relief. Today, we're skipping the chemicals entirely and breaking this down into 4 simple steps. Step 1, we'll look at immediate external relief. Step 2, we'll build some natural bug armor. Step 3 is all about the long-term gut cure. And finally, we'll bring it all together with a really easy daily rotation formula. Okay, let's start with step 1, immediate external relief, or as we like to call it, putting out the fire. So before we can actually fix the internal engine, we have to stop the itch cycle right now, because an intensely itchy dog has skin that's quite literally on fire. But first things first, we have to identify what we're looking at. If you see bright red, angry, weeping circles on their skin, those are hot spots. But if you pick up their paws and they smell unmistakably like dirty corn chips, yeah, that is not your standard allergy, and it needs a totally different approach. Let's tackle those angry hot spots first. Go straight to your kitchen and grab some organic, cold-pressed, unrefined coconut oil. Just massage a small scoop of it directly onto the raw skin. It instantly creates a physical barrier, it cools that maddening itch, and it uses lauric acid, which is a powerful natural antibacterial and antifungal, to kill surface bacteria. And the best part? If they happen to lick it off, it's actually highly nutritious for them. Now, what if you're smelling those corn chips? Well, if you smell that, you're dealing with a yeast called Malassezia. This specific yeast absolutely loves the warm, moist spaces between paw pads and deep inside the ear canals. It causes such an intense itch that it actually drives dogs crazy, which is exactly why they compulsively chew their feet. To fix this, you have to make that environment completely unlivable for the yeast. You can kill it instantly by altering the skin's pH to acidic using a simple 50-50 mix of apple cider vinegar and warm water. You can just dab it between their toes or do a little paw soak. But please, listen to this strict warning. Never, ever put vinegar on a raw, open, or bleeding wound. It's an acid, and it will sting horribly. Only use this on intact skin. What if they're just red, flaky, and itchy all over their entire body? Skip the expensive medicated shampoos and go for a colloidal oatmeal bath instead. Just grind up plain, unsweetened breakfast oats into a fine dust, but here is the absolutely critical secret. The water must be lukewarm to cool. Never use warm water on an itchy dog because heat just draws blood to the surface and makes the inflammation 10 times worse. The oatmeal will bind to the skin and physically pull the heat right out. Sometimes, even after the itch is technically gone, dogs will just keep licking out of pure habit or anxiety. If that's happening, hand them a large frozen raw carrot. The physical act of chewing releases naturally calming endorphins in their brain. It acts like a massive distraction from the itch, and as a bonus, they get a great healthy dose of vitamin A. Moving right along to step 2, natural bug armor. We're going to talk about repelling fleas and ticks from the inside.
So we want to build an invisible, natural bug shield to replace those potent neurotoxin drops. Traditional meds mean a bug actually has to bite your dog, drink toxic blood, and then die. Instead, we can naturally alter how your dog tastes. By adding just a tiny splash of apple cider vinegar or a pinch of pure turmeric in some coconut oil to their food, we change their blood's acidity and flavor. We can't smell or taste it, but to a tick, it's literally like drinking repulsive, sour battery acid. They'll detach and go look for someone else.
We can also create a powerful olfactory shield. Believe it or not, ticks and fleas actually have terrible eyesight. They hunt by smelling the CO2 and lactic acid coming off your dog's skin. If you add a half teaspoon of pure brewer's yeast powder to their food, you're loading them up with B vitamins. As those vitamins secrete outward through the sweat glands, they mask that natural CO2. It basically creates an invisible cloak that's totally odorless to us, but incredibly bitter to bugs. To stop the flea life cycle in its tracks, you can grind up raw, unsalted whole pumpkin seeds. This introduces an amino acid called cucurbitin, which is a brilliant natural dewormer that paralyzes internal parasites. Plus, as your dog naturally sheds skin cells into their bedding, it makes that environment completely inhospitable for any flea larvae trying to hide there. All right, on to step 3, long-term gut cure. This is where we actually fix the internal engine. Now that we've soothed the outside and repelled the bugs, we have to tackle a biological truth. Most chronic itching actually starts right in the stomach. We call this the gut-skin axis. Heavy carbohydrates and commercial kibble, like corn and wheat, turn directly into sugar. That sugar feeds bad bacteria and yeast, causing a condition called leaky gut. This sends the immune system into a permanent state of high alert, making it aggressively overreact to normal things like grass or dust, which shows up as severely itchy skin. To stop this immune overreaction and cut off the yeast's food supply forever, we have to repair the gut. You do this by introducing healthy, protective bacteria. It's as easy as adding a spoonful of plain unsweetened milk kefir, plain yogurt, or 100% pure canned pumpkin to their food. This lays down a thick, protective layer of good flora right inside their digestive tract. Okay, critical safety warning here, so please listen closely. When you are at the store buying that yogurt or kefir, you absolutely must check the label for one deadly ingredient, xylitol. It's often cleverly renamed as birch sugar. Even a microscopic amount of this artificial sweetener causes instant, fatal liver failure in dogs. You have to make sure you are only buying 100% plain, unsweetened products, no exceptions. So, assuming the gut is safely on the mend, let's talk about the number 21. Did you know that every 21 days, your dog's body completely replaces its entire outer layer of skin? That means every 3 weeks, you have a massive opportunity to build them a brand new, ultra-strong coat of armor using healthy fats and collagen. Twice a week, you can mash up a water-packed sardine into their bowl for a huge dose of omega-3s. You can also use a plain cooked egg or a splash of unseasoned homemade bone broth. Just remember, never use store-bought human bone broth because they are heavily seasoned with onions and garlic, which are highly toxic to dogs. Keep it homemade. Finally, step 4, the daily rotation formula. Let's keep it simple, cheap, and safe. Look, I know this sounds like a lot of information. Vinegar, yeast, sardines, it's a lot. But the golden rule of holistic health is that you do not need to use all of these at once. If you dump all these rich ingredients in their bowl today, they're going to have an upset stomach tomorrow. Instead, just pull out slightly less kibble each day and add only 3 things. 1 skin builder, 1 gut helper, and 1 bug shield. Maybe today it's an egg, some pumpkin, and a splash of apple cider vinegar. Tomorrow, swap it up. Just rotate them throughout the week. Consistency really is the key here. This routine takes exactly 10 extra seconds a day. It's cheap, it's accessible, and I promise you, if you stick with this, you are going to watch your chronically itchy, miserable dog start absolutely thriving without a single drop of harsh chemicals. We're so conditioned to think that curing our pets means we need a pharmacy and unpronounceable chemicals. But if the root cause of their discomfort is biological, doesn't it make sense that the most powerful cures are biological too? So, are you going to just mask the symptoms again, or are you ready to finally heal the system from the inside out? Let us know in the comments if you're fighting itchy skin or fleas right now, and tell us which natural ingredient you're going to try tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Bentley and Aston Paws explainer. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.